The book of Revelation stands as the final book of the New Testament. It is a profound and mysterious text that has intrigued scholars, theologians, and lay people alike for centuries. Its unique place in the Bible has made it a subject of intense study and debate. This book, filled with vivid imagery and symbolic language, offers a glimpse into the future. The visions described within its pages are both awe-inspiring and terrifying, painting a picture of cosmic battles and divine interventions. It presents a vision of the end times, a time of judgment and ultimate triumph for good over evil. The narrative unfolds with dramatic scenes of angels, beasts, and the final battle between the forces of light and darkness. Traditionally, the author is believed to be John the Apostle, a close disciple of Jesus. John, who is also credited with writing the Gospel of John and 3 epistles, is said to have received these revelations through divine visions. John wrote this book while exiled on the island of Patmos. This small rocky island in the Aegean Sea served as a place of banishment for those who were considered threats to the Roman Empire. He had been exiled because of his Christian faith. The early Christians faced severe persecution, and John's exile was a direct result of his unwavering commitment to spreading the teachings of Jesus. The Roman Empire at the time viewed Christianity as a threat. The growing number of Christians and their refusal to worship the Roman gods or the emperor challenged the very foundations of Roman society and authority. Revelation, with its powerful message of hope and resilience, provided comfort to early Christians facing persecution. The promise of a new heaven and a new earth where suffering and pain would be no more was a source of great encouragement. The book is written in a genre called apocalyptic literature. This genre is characterized by its use of symbolic language, visions, and prophecies to convey deeper spiritual truths. This style uses symbolic language and dramatic imagery. The symbols and metaphors found in Revelation have been interpreted in various ways, leading to a rich tapestry of theological and eschatological thought. Its purpose is to convey a message of hope and encouragement to those facing oppression. The visions of ultimate victory and divine justice reassured believers that their faith and perseverance would be rewarded in the end. Today, the book of Revelation continues to inspire and challenge readers. Its complex symbolism and prophetic messages invite us to reflect on our own lives and the world around us, urging us to remain steadfast in our faith and hopeful for the future. One of the central themes of Revelation is the cosmic battle between good and evil. This battle is depicted as a struggle between God and his angels against Satan and his demonic forces. The stakes are high as the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. Throughout Revelation, we see glimpses of this epic confrontation. The forces of evil appear powerful and threatening. However, the book ultimately assures readers that God and his righteous followers will emerge victorious. This theme of a final victory over evil resonated deeply with early Christians. Facing persecution and uncertainty, they found comfort in the assurance that God would ultimately triumph. Revelation is a book rich in symbolism which can make it challenging to interpret. The imagery used is often complex and multi-layered, requiring careful study and contemplation. Understanding the symbolism is key to unlocking its message. Each symbol carries a depth of meaning that can reveal profound truths about the human condition and the divine plan. Some of the most prominent symbols include the Four Horsemen, the Beast, and the New Jerusalem. These symbols are not just random images, but are deeply rooted in the cultural and historical context of the time. The Four Horsemen, representing conquest, war, famine, and death, symbolize the chaos and suffering that will precede the end times. Each horseman brings a different form of devastation, painting a picture of a world in turmoil. The beast, often interpreted as a symbol of a tyrannical power, embodies evil and oppression. This figure is a representation of the ultimate adversary, a force that seeks to dominate and corrupt. The New Jerusalem, descending from heaven, represents God's ultimate kingdom, a place of eternal peace and harmony. It is depicted as a radiant city filled with light and glory, where suffering and sorrow are no more. These symbols, while open to interpretation, offer a powerful visual language. They invite readers to delve deeper into their meanings and to reflect on their own spiritual journeys. Through them, Revelation conveys its message of hope, judgment, and the ultimate victory of good over evil. The book's vivid imagery serves as a reminder of the enduring struggle between light and darkness, and the promise of redemption and renewal. By engaging with these symbols, readers can find inspiration and guidance, drawing strength from the timeless truths embedded within the text. Revelation's symbols are not just relics of the past, but continue to resonate with contemporary audiences, offering insights into the eternal battle between good and evil. As we explore these symbols, we are invited to reflect on our own lives and the world around us, seeking to understand the deeper spiritual realities that shape our existence. The Book of Revelation, with its rich tapestry of symbols, remains a profound source of wisdom and hope for all who seek to understand its message. Section 4. A message for the persecuted. Revelation's historical context. To fully appreciate Revelation, it's essential to understand the historical context in which it was written. The Book of Revelation, also known as the Apocalypse of John, is the final book of the New Testament. It is a complex and symbolic text that has fascinated scholars, theologians, and laypeople for centuries. But to truly grasp its meaning, one must delve into the turbulent times during which it was composed. John wrote this book during a time of persecution for Christians under the Roman Empire. Christians faced imprisonment, torture, and even death for their beliefs. The Roman authorities viewed the growing Christian movement as a threat to their power and the traditional Roman way of life. This period of intense persecution is often referred to as the Great Persecution, which reached its peak under the reign of Emperor Diocletian. The brutal methods employed by the Romans to suppress Christianity included public executions, where Christians were thrown to wild beasts in arenas, crucified or burned alive. These acts of martyrdom were meant to serve as a deterrent to others who might consider converting to Christianity. However, instead of quelling the faith, these acts often strengthened the resolve of the Christian community. Revelation's message of hope and God's eventual triumph resonated deeply with these early Christians. The book offered a vision of a future where justice would prevail and the faithful would be rewarded. This promise of divine retribution against their oppressors and the ultimate victory of good over evil provided immense comfort and hope to those suffering under Roman rule. It provided them with strength and resilience in the face of adversity. The vivid and often cryptic imagery in Revelation allowed Christians to communicate their beliefs and hopes in a way that was not easily understood by their persecutors. This coded language served as a form of spiritual resistance, enabling them to maintain their faith and solidarity in secret. The book's vivid imagery and symbolic language offered a way for them to express their faith and hope in a coded way. Symbols such as the seven-headed beast, the Four Horsemen, and the New Jerusalem were rich with meaning and provided a shared language for the Christian community. These symbols not only conveyed theological truths, but also served as rallying points for the faithful. The book's message of resistance against a tyrannical power also resonated with those oppressed by the Roman Empire. Revelation depicted the Roman Empire as the embodiment of evil, a Babylon that would ultimately fall. This portrayal gave hope to those who longed for liberation from their oppressors and inspired them to remain steadfast in their faith. It served as a reminder that despite appearances, God was ultimately in control. The visions of a new heaven and a new earth, where suffering and death would be no more, offered a powerful counter-narrative to the harsh realities of life under Roman rule. This assurance of divine sovereignty and the promise of eternal life sustained the early Christians through their darkest hours. Section 5. The Enduring Influence. Revelation's Impact on Culture and Religion. The Book of Revelation has had a profound and lasting impact on Western culture and religion. Its themes, symbols, and imagery have permeated art, literature, music, and popular culture. From classic paintings to modern-day films, Revelation's influence is undeniable. Within religious circles, Revelation has been a source of both inspiration and debate. It has shaped theological discussions about the end times, the nature of good and evil, and the ultimate fate of humanity. Despite its challenging nature, Revelation continues to captivate and intrigue readers today. Its message of hope, judgment, and the ultimate triumph of good over evil remains relevant in a world grappling with uncertainty and turmoil.